to Mr. B's Interactive Texts 101. Part 1, what is an interactive text? We are going to be making our own interactive text, and as part of that, you really need to actually understand what makes an interactive text. You'll be looking at interactive texts on the internet, and there's some great examples there that use fonts, images, and audio. We're going to explore a little bit more to do with interactive text on the iPad, because we hope that you'll be using a program called iBooks Author, and that allows us to create from very simple specialized text. And I'd like to show you a few of those now. Obviously, the people that made these texts spent a long time on them, and there's a varying degree of difficulty, and we just want you to really have a look at some of the key features and think to yourself, which ones do I want to have a go at trying to do? So I'm actually going to patch into my iPad now and show you a few books on there. The first one I'm going to show you is World Wonders. Now, World Wonders is just pretty much, if I went through it, it's pretty much just like a normal information text that you'd get out of a bookshelf and flip through. The only advantage to this is I can zoom in and read it. I can zoom in on the pictures and have a look. I can then go over here, I don't believe it, and there's a good example, etc. It's very pixely though, it's not the best settings. And then we need to keep moving it there. This is the most basic level, and if you did something like that, it's fine. That's got a great layout of information, a good amount of pictures, and it's still very readable on the iPad. But it's not truly an interactive text. So let me get out of there. I'll show you a really good one I just got a sample of. This is by DK, and it's Dinosaurs and Prehistoric Life. Now this is a very interactive text. So what we have here, and I'll just try and get the page a bit better. What we have here is a fantastic way that they've laid out the text and the images, and you really need to think about how you're actually going to do that. I'm sorry, on my screen I can actually see quite a lot more than you can on this screen. For instance, down the bottom here is a great picture comparing the person to the dinosaur size, and it's got a little bit more information here. Now you see, when I say interactive text, I'm actually pinching with my fingers, and I can actually move this page around. And I can zoom in. I want to have a look at this, and I'll read that. And it's actually even embedded a movie. So I can actually start playing a movie of what the dinosaurs might have looked like. And I can actually pick that movie up and throw it into my full screen. Or I can just like this, and I can keep reading my story as I go. And I can throw it back. That's all by using my fingers on the iPad screen. Easy. Then when I'm finished with that page, I can either swipe across and I keep reading, or swipe back the other way. Or I can actually pinch my fingers and throw the page down. And that actually has a beautiful picture of the background, the actual cover of the book, and down the bottom here, we can actually see all the pages in that particular chapter or that particular book, and we can pick what we want to read. Now that is truly interactive. We can do a lot. I'll show you a few more. We can watch more videos. We can interact and move and see. They've put a picture over several pages just to show how big that monster is. They've actually got an animation where you can explore it in 3D and so on. Okay, I think it's quite obvious that that's quite interactive, many different elements, but what I'd like you to also notice is the way they've laid out the text. Look at the screen here. It's a beautiful way that they've laid out the text, so it's not going over the images. It's easy to see a nice color behind it. Same with this one. Same with this one. They've balanced the colors very well. You have to think about what colors you're going to use in your book, because some are very hard to see compared to others. Alright, let me get back out. Show you a couple more. First of all, this is a maths one. And you can have fun with maths and make a good maths book. I was reading this, so I'll put it back to the start. As I said, it's just the same. You can read it from this. You can just read it like it's a normal book, like the other one we saw, the history book. And it just reads like that. But you can then pull it down and start playing with it. Now, if you noticed, there was actually a video there. But on this page, whoops, sorry, there's actually a quiz that they've embedded. So I might go like this, check my answer. Nope, I was wrong, try again. Oh, maybe it's this one. Nope, oh, must be a protractor. Yes. Okay, and they've embedded pictures, and they've set it more out like a formal book. So that's perfectly fine to do. They've got another one here where you have to check your answer, etc. Alright, so that's more like a normal book, but with a few interactive features. I'll show you one more. Now, because you're doing animals, I thought Our Wild Planet would be a fantastic one to finish on. This is actually set out chapters, and this is what we hope to do with your iBooks author. So what we actually want to do is set out chapters, and within each chapter there's these pages down the bottom. So this is the introduction, and if I clicked on the introduction I could read through. Alright, then I can swipe, and you see, I can't quite see it on this screen, there are actually dots down the bottom that show you which chapters you're on. But these are all the pages within this one chapter. So if I want to read up on birds, I can start there, and I can start going through and looking at birds. And this just gives you a very basic description of each one. There are some that are a bit more interactive. You actually can't see it at the moment, but down here it actually has a little tag that shows you where they're actually found, and it will go to a map. And it has a reference where they've got the information or the pictures from. And that actually takes you to a website. So if you'd like to do that, to reference everything and send people to different websites, is a fantastic idea, because then you don't have to take up all the room in your book. And so on, plants, and so on, mammals. So this is a fantastic book, but we expect you to simply pick one animal and do a lot more research. I mean, they've just covered the bare ground of it. So there we go. That's a little look at interactive books. There's many more I can show you if you'd like me to come and see me, and I'll show you some more. Next up in our part 2, I'm actually going to show you how to use iBooks Author. Thank you for watching.